Victoria Police Force presents D.24. From the files of the Victoria Police, for the first time come these true stories of unceasing war against crime, of day and night vigilance that protects our life and our property, and of the nerve center of the Police Information Bureau, D.24.
Irish.
What?
There's a cop watching us.
Where?
Over there, you mug. He's on to us.
This is a true story of armed holdup. This is a true story from the files of the Victoria Police. Only names, place names, and dates have been altered. It was a hot November afternoon in Melbourne nearly 20 years ago. But the windows were shut and the blinds drawn in a room in a South Melbourne apartment house. And inside that room were 6 men, all of them under 30. And all of them anxious not to be seen or heard from the outside as they held a conference.
Hey, Slim, how's about having another bottle or two? I'm getting thirsty.
Getting thirsty, you're always thirsty.
Well, what's wrong with that? Let's have a couple more bottles.
What if Irish says no?
What the heck's it got to do with Irish?
Well, this is his room, for one thing.
Since when have you worried yourself about whose room you're drinking?
Oh, that is a rule. But Irish, he's different.
Don't say you're getting scared of him, are you?
I'm scared of nobody.
Don't sound that way to me.
Then what does he sound like?
Like I said, you're scared of Irish.
Oh, you mug, I'll do. You're
Right
on.
up, you two, will you?
He can't call me scared of anyone and get away with it.
Ah, don't be stupid.
I'm scared of no one. See him, that includes Irish.
Slim!
Hey!
You talking about me?
Where'd you come from?
We'll talk about that later. But what were you saying about me, Slim?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, but you were. I distinctly heard you mention my name as I came in the door.
Forget it, Irish.
I'm not talking to you, Jack. Well, Slim,
I forget.
then perhaps I should give you a little something to jog your memory.
Look, we was only fooling about, waiting for you to come. Frank here said something I didn't like, and I talked back at him, see? Oh, well, I didn't mean anything.
All right, Slim. We'll leave it at that, this time. But I don't like being talked about behind my back, do you understand?
Sure, Irish. I understand. Well, now, what about that drink, fellas?
I'll say, I could certainly do with one.
You have a beer, Irish?
No! The rest of you won't either.
Aye?
Hey, what do you mean? Rest of us won't. Go on, Slim, open those bottles.
Yeah.
I said no! Now you all listen to me. You came here today to do a job, not to drink yourself silly.
Oh, but
Don't interrupt me! You know that I'll swap drink for drink with the best of you at the right time and place. But when there's work to be done, I believe in doing it, and doing it with a clear head. And if you want to be with me, that's the way it's got to be with you, too. Well, what do you say?
I reckon you're right, Irish.
Yeah, guess you are.
Everyone agree with that?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, then. Come away from those bottles, Slim. Let's get down to business. Now, who's got any ideas?
Well, there's a place out Richmond
What
way.
sort of place?
A milk bar. It's wide open and there'd be a push
A
out.
milk bar. Can't any of you fellas ever get beyond the peanut stage? A milk bar. We'd be lucky to split 30 quid between the 7 of us.
It's a big milk bar. You know the one I mean, Jack.
Yeah, he's right, Irish. It's a big one, all right.
But not big enough. Now, look here. There are 7 of us. We've all got guns and we're all prepared to use them. Why should we worry about milk bars in Richmond when there are places in town where we could pick up hundreds of pounds in one hit?
Not as easy as it sounds in the middle of the city.
Who wants it to be easy? It wasn't easy when I was in the army in Ireland, but boy, it was good. Did I ever tell you about the time we rounded up those farmers?
I'll say you did. You put them up against a wall and shot them. Yeah, we know all about it.
No, you don't know all about it. You couldn't know as much about it as I do. You weren't there to see him cringe and cry out for mercy. But I was there, and I just laughed at him and made him cringe all the more. Then, when I'd had enough, I pulled the trigger.
You're pretty cold-blooded, aren't you?
Dozens of them. I've killed dozens of them. And now you expect me to go running round robbing milk bars. I thought I got a bunch of men around me, not milksops.
We'll be with you, Irish. And anything you say.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, then. Now listen to me. There's a big department store in town that has an entrance onto one of those little streets. I never can remember the names of those Melbourne streets, but I know how to get there. Well, I've been watching this store, and I know when they take the money to the bank. It takes 2 men to carry the money bag, so there must be plenty in it. We're going to grab it.
Don't they have an escort?
Well, of course they have an escort. 2 escorts, in fact. One's the manager of the store, and the other's a policeman. Both of them keep their hands in their pockets, so they're probably both armed. But we'll be armed, too. And we'll take them by surprise. They won't have a chance.
When do you reckon we ought to do the job? Tomorrow?
Certainly not. We'll do it on Friday week.
Friday week? Why wait that long?
Because we've got to plan. We do it on Friday week, at night. The streets are crowded with late-night shoppers on Fridays. And that'll make it easier for us to get away. This Friday, we all go along and watch how they bring the money out of the store and carry it to a waiting car. And then we work out just where we're going to stand, who's going to do what, and all the rest of it. If we plan it properly, we'll get away with it.
Oh, sounds all right to me.
Me too.
All right with the rest of you? Yeah, sure, mate. Right. Then get to the dickens out of here now and meet me here again at 8 o'clock on Friday night. And then go and spy out the land. There they go now. You see those 2 men carrying the bag?
Boy, would I like to get my hands on that.
Why not let's grab it now, Irish?
No. We do that next week. Now watch where they go. You see? They come down those steps from the store. 2 in front with the bag. 2 behind, the manager and the cop with their hands in their pockets.
Well, that copper looks tough.
I fixed coppers before.
That be a car? A blue one just there?
Yeah. And it'll be somebody's job to fix that car next Friday so's it won't go. We don't want it chasing after us.
Oh, so we don't.
Hey, now, you see what they do? The copper gets in the back seat with the men in the bag. The manager gets in the driver's seat. And off they go. But next week we'll stop them before they get to the car.
Where's the best place, do you reckon?
On top of the steps, just before they come down to the street. And then, if there's any trouble...
Irish, shut up.
Huh?
There's a cop watching us.
Where?
Over there, you mug. Staring at the car as if he knows it. By crikey, I reckon I know him too.
It's a cop called Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah.
You all know him?
Yeah. He knows us too.
Then we'd better drive away from here.
I say get moving, Frank.
Sure.
I wonder if the mug's onto us.
How could he be onto us? We're doing nothing wrong, are we? We're quite entitled to sit in the car if we want to, aren't we?
I don't like it all the same.
And more do I.
Ta, don't talk nonsense. He probably couldn't see you properly anyway, and even if he did, it wouldn't do him any good. So forget him. And next Friday night, we'll carry out the job as planned.
Evening, Mr. Richards. Good evening, Constable. Cash made up as usual? Yes, I think so. Dreadful night out. Yes, so I'm told. We've been so busy, though, I didn't have much time to notice it.
Amazing how they still come shopping on Friday nights, even if it's raining cats and dogs.
Yes, it is. And see, the cash bag's as full as ever. Thompson and Jones can hardly carry it. You ready to go, boys?
Yes, Mr. Richards.
All right, lead the way. Constable Reed and I'll be right behind you, as usual. You know, Constable, I sometimes wonder if we really need to take all these precautions. No one would surely be foolish enough to try to hold us up with so many people around.
Oh, I don't know so much about that. Some people will stop at nothing for a few pounds, you know.
Yeah, I suppose not. And I've been taking money to the bank for years now. So far, I haven't even got so much as a fright.
Let's hope you never do.
I don't think I will. Not on a night like this, anyway. Just a minute, boys.
Yes, Mr. Richards.
Hold it a second before I go out into the street, will you? I want to button up my coat or I'll get drenched. You better do the same. Yeah, that's better. Right. All right, boys. Out we go. And jump into the car as quickly as you can.
And so 2 men carried the heavy cash bag out into the wet and stormy night. Close behind them came the store manager and the policeman, each clutching a loaded pistol in his overcoat pocket. And outside were 7 desperate men, every one of them carrying loaded guns. In a few moments, we'll continue this true story from the files of the Victoria Police. This is a true story from the files of the Victoria Police. Only names, place names, and dates have been altered. It was a wet Friday night in Melbourne when the department store manager and an armed policeman escorted 2 men carrying a heavy money bag out into the street, where a car was waiting to take them to a nearby bank. 7 men were waiting for them, too. One was sitting in a car, keeping the engine quietly running. One was on the other side of the narrow, crowded street. 3 were at the bottom of the steps that led down from the store to the street. 2 were at the top of those steps. To the men carrying the cash bag and to their escorts, it was a routine job. To the 7 other men, it was a desperate bid for a large sum of money, a bid that was to be carried out at all costs, if necessary, at the cost of other people's lives. And so, just as the policeman was about to step out into the rain, he was grabbed from behind.
No! Don't struggle, you cop it! Hurry up, boys! Grab that bag!
Look out for that cop. He's going for his gun.
I'll fix him. I got him! Now the bag. Come on, hand it over, or you'll get it too.
Here, don't shoot. Please don't shoot.
Take the bag, Jack, and get in the car.
Right.
Get the manager's gun. Yeah, where's your gun, mate?
In my pocket.
I'll take it. And don't try to follow us.
That cop's moving.
Oh, yeah? Well, this'll stop that.
You rotten brute.
You leave him alone, he's a mere copper.
No, I've got to help him. Stand back, will you?
Go on, everyone back. Yeah, back or you get hurt. Next time I won't just shoot in the air.
Come on, into the car.
Yeah.
Go on, fire a couple just for luck. Righto, let's go.
Look out! There's a cop blocking the street.
And run him down. Ah, bad luck, he don't clear just in time. But step on it, Joe. Give it all you've got. Help me, someone. Here, help me lift this policeman into the car.
Looks like he's dead to me.
We've got to get him to hospital all the same.
Oh, here's a policeman.
Oh, thank goodness. Help us, Constable. This man's in a bad way. They shot him twice.
All right. Take him carefully now. Steady. Easy now.
Come on, man.
Someone open the car door, please.
Got it?
Take it slowly now. Easy. That's it.
He's pretty bad, isn't he?
I'm afraid so. All right, Royal Melbourne Hospital, quick.
Oh, that's something wrong with the card. Let me go. Oh, they must have done something to it. That's no good.
I'll try to hail someone. Oh, there's a taxi. Hey! Hey there, taxi! Give us a hand to take this man to hospital.
And so the badly wounded policeman was taken to hospital. The hold-up men had escaped with the cash bag, and it seemed that their cowardly, callous attack had succeeded. Detectives from Russell Street were quickly on the scene. But events had happened so quickly in that crowded, rain-drenched city street that the information they received was somewhat vague.
Now, you were walking with Constable Reed directly behind these two men with a bag.
That's correct. I didn't realize that anything was wrong till I suddenly saw Constable Randall struggling with the man. Then there was a shot and he fell to the ground.
Do you think you could recognize any of the men involved?
I don't know. It was all so quick. What about you, Bob?
Well, I hardly got a chance to look at them at all, although I've got an idea that one of them had a black eye.
Did he? Which one?
The one that shot the constable the second time.
I see. But there was nothing else about them?
No, not that I noticed.
All right. Now, is there anyone else about here who can tell us anything? Come on now, even the smallest piece of information might be very helpful.
I reckon I've seen one of the men before.
Hey? Well, come over here, Sonny, and tell us about him. That's the idea. Now, what have you got to tell us, eh?
Well, I sell papers here every night, see?
Yes?
Well, I've often seen one of those men around here before.
One of the men who did the hold-up?
Yeah.
You're quite sure of that?
Yes, I am.
You know his name?
No.
Where was the man standing?
On the steps there. He had a gun.
Did he use the gun?
Yes, he did. He shot the policeman while he was lying on the ground.
Did he? And do you think you'd know this man if you saw him again?
Oh, yes, I'm sure I would.
Good. Senior,
Yes, Sergeant?
take this young lad to Russell Street, will you?
Hey, what for?
There's nothing to worry about, son. We just want you to look at some photographs there and see if the man you saw here is among them. Will you do that for us?
Yeah. But I better tell Mum first.
Oh, we'll tell your mother for you. Don't worry about that. You just jump in that car there and I'll see you as soon as I've finished here. How's the boy going with the photos, Senior?
No good so far. He's been through hundreds of them. He hasn't recognized any of them yet.
Oh, well, keep him at it. What's the latest about Constable Reed?
He's very low. Shot twice in the head. They've operated, I believe, taken a bullet from his brain. It'll be a miracle if he pulls through.
Poor beggar. He didn't have a chance. If only that newsboy could recognize one of those photos.
He's a good kid. If our man's among them, I'm sure he'll pick 'em out.
Detective Sergeant Mercer? Who? What's he want? Oh. Yes, send him in. Thanks.
Who's that?
First Constable Jackson is at the front desk. Says he may have some information for us.
About the hold-up?
Apparently. Hope so, anyway. Come in. First Constable Jackson?
Yes.
Come in. I'm Detective Sergeant Mercer. This is Senior Detective McIntyre.
Yeah, glad to know. Hi.
You have some information for us, Constable.
Well, I don't know whether it's got any real connection with tonight's hold-up, but it might have.
Yes?
It was last Friday night. I was on duty in the city when I noticed 6 men in a big black sedan parked near that department store.
Yes?
Well, you see, 4 of them I've known for quite a long time. And you'd know them, too.
Well, who were they?
Slim Jenkins.
What?
Yeah, Slim Jenkins, Frank Smith, Jack Ross, and Joe Bostock.
Is that so? Jenkins, Smith, Ross, and Bostock, eh? Oh, what were they doing?
Just sitting in the car. I think they must have spotted me because they drove off.
What do you think of that, Senior?
I'd lay pounds to peanuts those fellas were spying out the lie of the land, and that they did tonight's job. They're all reputed gunmen.
Yes, that's very interesting. Now, if only someone saw them there tonight.
Mister!
It's the newsboy in the next room.
Oh, maybe he's found something. Yes, son?
Here's the man I saw. Look, I found his picture.
Are you sure? Which one?
That one. There.
Well, what do you know about that?
He's the one that shot the policeman.
Looks like you were right, Constable. That's our old friend Slim Jenkins. All right, Jenkins, out of bed.
Aye. Oh, what's all this about?
What time did you get home tonight?
Early.
Did you bring this money with you?
What money?
This. Must be nearly £200 here.
Where'd you get that?
On your dressing table, beside this automatic pistol magazine.
I'm saying nothing.
That's a decent sort of black eye you've got there, Jenkins.
So what?
How long have you had it?
What's it to you?
How long have you had it?
Couple of days.
There was a man answering your description with a black eye involved in the shooting of a policeman in the city earlier this evening.
Why, it wasn't me.
What were you doing tonight?
That's my business.
All right. If that's your attitude, put on your things. We're going into Russell Street.
So, with dramatic suddenness, the detectives were given the lead they wanted. Early morning raids were made on the homes of 5 men, and they were taken to headquarters for questioning. Of course, they denied any knowledge of the hold-up or shooting, but the detectives were convinced that they were on the right track. Then they learnt that the 5 men had gathered with 2 others in the room of a man known as O'Donnell, Irish O'Donnell, in South Melbourne immediately after the hold-up. So a 6th man was apprehended, but Irish O'Donnell had disappeared. Several weeks went by and still the hunt for O'Donnell went on. And then, one sunny afternoon, detectives were cruising round South Melbourne in a private car.
Sergeant.
What?
Driving that little car that just passed us. Irish O'Donnell.
Are you sure?
I'm certain of it.
Right. Tom, follow him. But don't make him suspicious. He carries at least 2 guns, and we don't want any shooting.
Right.
He doesn't seem to be going any faster. Can't know who we are.
We'll have to draw up to him sooner or later. Why not now?
No, let's see where he's going. Too many alleys and lanes around here. If he made a run for it, he'd easily get away.
Well, from what I hear, he's not the type to make a run for it. More likely to stand his ground and start blazing away at us with those pistols.
Yes, indeed. Isn't he slowing up?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's pulling into that petrol station. Drive in after him, Tom. This is our chance. Pull in right behind his car. Now, look as if we're just in here for petrol. Then when I give you the nod, rush him. Good, he's getting out of his car. Now, come on and try to be casual.
Fill her up to the top, mate. And check the oil, will you?
Yes, sir. Nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Can we have some petrol, please?
As soon as I've fixed this, gent, sir.
As quick as you can, then. We're in a hurry.
Well, I'm doing my best. Don't rush me.
Yeah, leave him alone, will you?
Right, boys, quick! All right, O'Donnell. Police here.
Let me go!
Get his guns while I hold him.
No! No!
Come on now. You can't beat all of us. Now. All right, O'Donnell. We'll just put these on.
You got me cold, haven't you?
Looks like it.
Good job for you. I didn't know who you were.
Think you would have got away, do you?
I wouldn't have run, if that's what you mean. If I'd had a chance to get me guns...
You really would have fought it out.
Too right, I would. I consider my liberty before your life.
Have a look at this, Sergeant.
What's this?
It's in his pocket.
Started writing stories, have you, O'Donnell? How to commit a murder, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you intend to commit a murder?
Oh, I had a couple in mind.
Then it looks as though we caught up with you just in time.
Yeah. Will you gents still be wanting petrol?
Eh? No, thanks, we won't. No, Mr. O'Donnell here. I doubt if he'll be needing petrol for quite a long time to come. All right, O'Donnell, you can ride the rest of the way with us.
The subsequent trial was one of the biggest and longest ever held in Melbourne. 4 of the 7 men were acquitted, but 3, including the 2 who'd shown Constable Reed no mercy, were found guilty and sentenced to many years in jail and a flogging. And our story has a happy ending, for despite the fact that 2 bullets had damaged his brain, Constable Reed did not die. The medical miracle occurred, and after many long weeks in hospital he recovered, although his eyesight was permanently affected. For sheer courage in the face of overwhelming odds, for his valiant attempt to carry out his duty regardless of personal danger, Constable Reed earned the admiration of the entire community. To him and to all members of our police force, whose daily task it is to protect our lives and our property, we owe our thanks and cooperation. Let us always give them these things. Only names, place names, and dates were altered in this true story. It was dramatised from the files of the Victoria Police by Roland Strong, who now says goodbye until the same time next week, when there'll be another true story in this series, D.24, which is brought to you by the Victoria Police Force and produced in the studios of Hector Crawford Productions by Dorothy Crawford.